Alright, how's it going, guys? I'm here for, I guess kind of a controversial-ish thing, I suppose. I haven't done, I guess, one of these in, I guess, a long time, which is, I guess, cashing in on whatever is, people are talking about, and mostly because, like, there's, like, 4 people who watch my stuff anyways, so, like, it doesn't even matter, but, like, the thing is, this is something that it's okay. First of all, what I'm going to talk about is something I've been wanting to talk about for a long time, and it's been something that I talk about like with my friends and in my circles of friends all the time. So it's something that is not like, hey, let's just make a video of this just to make a video of it. It's something I've been saying for ages, but you know what? I thought I'd make a video of it. I thought it would be funny. I don't know. It might not be. There might be people that disagree, but this is in lieu of the mega stabilized suspect test. That people are saying it should get banned, and like I really don't think it should be. Like I think that's kind of dumb. I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm just insane. Maybe when I because like I haven't been playing Pokemon a whole hell of a lot recently in terms of like playing a lot. I've been playing IPA League still, of course, but I haven't been like laddering consistently every day. So maybe Sableye like just recently got so broken, but back when I used to play, it was not broken. Like, there's just so many things that it's people always say it's not Sableye that's broken, it's Stall that's broken. But like, there's so much stuff that's just really, really good against Stall that like, if you just don't play stupid, you can beat. Like, a Azumarill, first of all, is really good. Like, I mean, I'm not talking specifically Stall here, but Azu. I mean, you can't switch into Will-O-Wisp, obviously, but I mean, you can have your Azu versus Sableye matchup, of course. Always nice. What else is there? Charizard X. They all carry knockoff. So Charizard X actually like 6-0 stall. Other than like, just get rid of Quagsire. Like, I don't know, find some way to get rid of Quagsire. Run like Hidden Power Grass, Dugtrio. That's a joke, by the way. Don't actually do that. That was a fucking joke. Don't say I'm a shit player. Mega Charizard X, that demolishes Stall in general, other than Quagsire, but like Wisp, like bulky Wisp Zard actually puts a lot of pressure on Quagsire anyways, and like you can potentially come out on top on Quagsire, which is actually really funny as long as you're not having Toxic. Clefable, that puts a lot of pressure on Sableye. Yeah, I mean, you switch in easily to Sableye. Diancie puts a lot of pressure on it as well. There's just a lot of stall breakers. Like, look at all there's a ton of really good stall breakers. Like I said, Charizard X is a good stall breaker in the tier. Clefable is an amazing stall breaker in the tier. Mega Charizard Y plus Banded T-Tar, that's an amazing combination versus stall. You just Pursuit the Chansey, and you just Fire Blast everything else with Charizard Y, and it just, everything dies. Like, that's an amazing stall breaker. Swords Dance users, like Excadrill, I mean, it can get burned from Sableye, but like, just in general, like, Swords Dance users put a whole bunch of damage. Gardevoir, Mega Gardevoir. You don't see Taunt Mega Gardevoir a lot, but like that 6-0 stall, like that actually 6-0 stall, which is hilarious. Gengar 6-0 stall, but like a lot of teams carry like Weavile, so like I guess that's the only reason why Gengar hasn't gotten a whole hell of a lot of usage. But Life Orb Gengar, that's 6-0 stall. That absolutely destroys stall because Chansey can't touch you. You just taunt Chansey and then like you kill it. It's dead. You actually 1v1 every stall team with Gengar. You just use 6-0, which is beautiful. Mega Heracross, that thing's an amazing wall breaker. People don't use that. Keldeo, that's another thing that's pretty decent at stall. Subcall Mine's one thing, but if you get your predictions right with specs, then you just beat them. Kyurem, that's another thing that's really good. Where is it? Manaphy. Manaphy's like Tail Glow or Calm Mind. Manaphy's amazing against stall. Pinsir is amazing against stall. Scizor, they all carry Skarmory, so Scissor's not really like. Torn is amazing against stall. Like I said, Banded T-Tar is really good. Torn's really good against stall. Weavile's good against stall. There's so many like good things against stall. Like, you just have to, like, I guess you like. It's not so easy as just like, hey, get good. Like, I understand that. Like, stall is a good playstyle now with Weavile. Not with Weavile, with Sableye, but like, if you make a team without a stall breaker, then your team is bad. You should never make a team without a stall breaker. That's just the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Never make a team without a stall breaker. Now, I'd like to preface this video by saying I am a Smogon player, so I'm not like from the outside making fun of stuff. I'd like to really quickly go over a bunch of movesets that I got from Smogon that I actually really enjoy, that I like using because I think they're actually really good, and I wouldn't have known about these sets if I didn't learn them from Smogon. So, you know, credit where credit's due. Tank Chomp, I love Tank Chomp. Tank Chomp's a great set. I wouldn't have known about the like specific EVs, but I love Tank Chomp. The Clefable, the like Cancer Clefable set, the EVs are on point. The moves are great. Charizard X, Bulky Wisp Charizard X, I love that thing. That thing is so fun to use. Spadef Mega Scizor, I love that. This thing is so fat, man. Spadef Mega Scizor is amazing. I love Spadef Mega Scizor. A little bit of HP investment to Life Orb Latias is another thing. It's to like avoid the 2-hit KO after Life Orb or something like that from HP Ice, which is another thing that I actually kind of like using on Latios. And Reflect type Starmie. I'm a huge fan of Reflect type Starmie. Reflect type Starmie is like really fun to use. And then there's a few other things as well. In PU specifically, Rapidash, Flame Plate. I used to use back in the day, like way back in the day before I took PU seriously. I used to use Choice Band. Like I just like I barely used Rapidash. I think I used it once with Choice Band, but I heard about this set, and this set is actually really fun. I love like Flame Plate Wisp Morning Sun. This set is actually really fun to use. I love using this set. This set is really fun to use in PU, and like I said, I wouldn't have known about it if I didn't hear about it from Smogon players. Lantern, I just ripped this set directly off of it. The 120 speed is something that I'm a little bit iffy with, but you outspeed Rhydon and you outspeed Aggron, so like I understand where it's coming from. I don't know, I like running more bulk, but like I get where they're coming from with that. But it's more so the defense and special defense EVs that are pretty much these ones right here that I run on my Lantern. Like I said, I usually run a bit more HP, but I run pretty much the EVs that you have here with the Lantern and pretty much the moveset. So, I mean, it's a very standard Lantern moveset, like there's not a lot you can really say about it, but it's, they like took a lot of time to work out the EVs, and the EVs they make sense, I suppose is what you'd say. So credit where credit is due as well. Defensive T-Tar, it's not really the best, I suppose. A lot of like really high-end players would say, but I actually really like support T-Tar. It's like I find it really fun to use. I love using support T-Tar. Pretty much just that right here. Choppleberry is something I really like using. It's a fun T-Tar set that I really like. I said, I like using it. T-Tar is just a really good Pokemon in general. So the EVs in general, just you know. I gotta give credit to them because I use this set, pretty much this set in particular, all the time. So it's like, it makes sense what they're all for. Like there's it's for like Zard X and then Zard Y and then a few other things actually. There's a whole bunch of things that it's tailor-made to tailor EV to be able to survive off of. But yeah, I use this set all the time, so I have to give credit for that. Speaking of Lantern, there's another Lantern set that they have available, just like some like ass-fest set, and I think this is gross. I don't know why you would use this because you don't have your leftovers. I think this is gross. I think this is bad. I don't like it, but I'm not gonna knock this one too much. I just wanted to mention my distaste for it. I guess it kind of makes sense, like Volt Absorb, but like it kind of doesn't, because Lantern's nice because you can have Heal Bell, I suppose. I don't know, you can still spread stats, I guess, with Scald and Volt Switch and HP Fire for a few things. So I guess it's like meh, but like I don't like it. I just wanted to mention it because I saw it while I was looking through for the EVs for this one, and I'm like, oh, that looks disgusting. But anyways, on to the most important part of the video. So the thing about Smogon is they're well known to be, you know, the apex of competitive battling, and you know the only sets that they put out are supposedly the best sets. So these right here are some sets that they've turned down. So not turned down, I'm pretty sure. These are some sets that they've just said aren't good or underperform, or they just don't have an option for it at all. So Sub-Disable Gengar, which I love, I can agree that it's not as good as some other sets. Nasty Plotma Inferno, they don't even have an option for that in PvP. They're just like, it's bad, use Swords Dance strictly, that's all they say. And Life Orb Frostlass, which, again, sure, I can agree that these underperform than the standard, but what I'm talking right here is, what I'm going to talk about right here is, what I'm talking about is innovation. That's what I'm talking about, sorry, innovation. So, if they're gonna turn down sets for being, you know, all just strictly bad, then it's kind of, you know, it's talking about, you know, they don't want the innovation. They want to be talking about just the good sets. They want to be talking about not just the good sets, sorry, the standard set. You know, I can get where they're coming from with that, but this is where I take my stance against Smogon right here. Is I've got a pile of Smogon movesets that just I hate. I hate. I don't know why they exist. They shouldn't exist. They annoy me so much. So the first thing is everyone always makes fun of Verlisify, and everyone always talks about Verlisify as having these shit movesets. Everyone always says, yo, Verlisify, that dude doesn't know anything about Pokemon. You gotta go with the Smogon. I have right here 2 Dragonite movesets. One of them is Verlisify, and one of them is Smogon. And you probably wouldn't be able to recognize which one is Smogon and which one is fucking Verlisify. So this one right here is the Verlisify moveset. But this right here is a recommend. The very first, at the very top when you go into the moveset, this is the very first recommended moveset from the Smogon site. It's a Sub Dragon Dance Roost Fly Dragon Dance. The Fly Dragonite is just, it's too powerful. This set is, oh my god, I couldn't believe it when I first saw it. I thought it was like, I thought I was seeing things when I saw it. I feel like, am I misreading this? Does this actually say Fly? So, yeah, like, the thing is, like I said, like, everyone makes fun of Verlisify for having movesets, and everyone always says Smogon's movesets are, you know, the top tier apex of Pokemon battling, but when we've got sets like this, like, come on. I guess, okay, from in order, from this side to this side, this is my, like, the things I have the least problem with, and then over here is stuff that I have, like, the most problem with, if that makes any sense. So the first thing is Jolly Heracross. Now, Jolly Heracross outspeeds Breloom and Bisharp, and, like, I guess that's the thing, but Jolly is, like, Jolly's weak, man. I mean, it's not weak, but, like, Jolly can't do damage to Landorus and Clefable. And, like, when you have the option to do, like, a ton of damage to Clefable, like, if you look at the calc, it's, like, pretty much a 2-hit kill. I'm pretty sure it's... Okay, I don't have the calc open because this is, like, an unscripted thing. I'm just talking about movesets that I hate. But, like, Rock Blast from Mega Heracross comes pretty close to, or has a really good chance of 2-hit killing Clefable. And that's pretty big, in my opinion. 2-hit killing, like, one of the only things that actually switch into you. Landorus, I mean, I can understand them not caring about getting the damage on Landorus, because, like, Landorus is just gonna EQ you, but, like, come on, man, come on now. Like, you can, this comes close to, like, really close to, like, doing, to killing Landorus Theory after your Intimidate, which is insane. Like, I don't know why you wouldn't want the extra damage, so... this is, again, arguable, and it doesn't even mean I'm right, but I've never liked Jolly Mega Heracross. I always thought it was subpar to Adamant, and I've always wished, I don't know, I've always seen Jolly, and I've always heard everyone say, use Jolly, you outspeed Breloom and Bisharp. But man, Adamant's the way to go. You just do a ton of extra damage. The other thing is, Wish Protect, no HP investment Chansey. So, like, I don't know why you wouldn't run the HP EVs on Chansey. Like, come on. Like, it's special. First of all, the HP like, it still helps out the special defense, but, like, the special defense doesn't need the boost anyways. So, like, obviously you need max defense and bold, but, like, if you don't run running the extra HP goes into your physical defense anyways, because you run the extra HP and it lets you take physical hits a lot better, and it also boost your special defense a little bit. Like, you hit a higher benchmark by putting it to special defense, but it lets you pass off bigger wish. Like, I don't know why you would ever run max, like, that's like the, if you go into, like, the damage calc, that's the calc. Max defense, bold, max special defense, no HP investment. So, I don't know why you wouldn't run that. And like, you take more recoil from stuff like Flare Blitz and stuff, and I don't know why you would ever not run max HP, max defense on Chansey. I don't get it, especially with Wish Protect, and I don't know. I think that's stupid. I think max HP. I think max defense, max special defense is dumb. I don't know why. I don't know why it's a thing, but it apparently is a thing. It's apparently a thing they recommend highly to the newer players who want to get into they want to get into competitive battling. So they break out their chancy their chancy stall. Always fun. If they ban Mega Supply, then stall probably won't be as nice to the newer players. Yeah, I don't even think Sableye should be banned. The next thing is Superior. Like, this is just a nitpick as well, running the 56 HP EVs, so quote unquote, Rotom doesn't break your sub. Like, I don't know if you guys see this, but Superior's special attack is ass. Like, you get Contrary, you get Leaf Storm, but you need the investment, man. You need the investment. And like, every time you add more HP, you get less from Leech Seed. So like, why? What's the point from that anyway? Like, I don't get it. Like, why? Like, I hate this. 56. So Rotom doesn't break your sub with Hydro Pump. So Rotom doesn't break your sub with Hydro Pump. That's the justification for running 56 HP EVs. That's some dong justification if you want my opinion. I love Subseed Surf. Don't get me wrong, but when you slap 56 HP EVs just so Rotom doesn't break your sub with Hydro Pump, that's where I tell myself, okay, that's pretty dumb. That's pretty bad. I don't like that. Next thing is Baynet, and this is actually I don't have the EVs. The EVs aren't really what matter. They have the EVs like Max Attack Adamant, which is the only relevant thing for the Baynet anyways. But the moveset is Knockoff, Shadow Claw, Will-O-Wisp, Shadow Sneak. Now, again, going back to innovation, I'm all about innovation. I love using Mega Baynet without Destiny Bond, but to call the moveset the standard moveset without Destiny Bond, that's a stretch right there to begin with. But like, why man, okay, Shadow Claw, for anyone who doesn't know, is weak as hell. Like, it's so weak, and it's weaker than Gunk Shot. It's legitimately, after Stab, it's still weaker than Gunk Shot, and yet the Shadow Claw is the recommended move. Like, I don't know if it's because of the critical hit ratio and they're just expecting you to crit every turn, but it's legitimately weaker than Gunk Shot. It's actually weaker than Gunk Shot, so I don't know why you would ever not run Gunk Shot on this. And I mean, knockoffs I guess it's for the utility, but come on now, like, you need Gunk Shot, any Baynet set without Gunk Shot on it is a bad Baynet set. Like, Gunk Shot knockoff, I think Gunk Shot knockoff is decent, I suppose. Gunk Shot Sucker Punch is decent. Gunk Shot Shadow Sneak even is decent. Like, the Gunk Shot is the highest damage dealing move, right, that you can get off of Baynet. Dependent on, I guess, resistances and super effectiveness. It's the highest damage you can get off of Mega Baynet. After that, whatever move you want after that is basically just kind of a utility move. So Knockoff removes an item, Shadow Sneak and Sucker Punch are priority. Sucker Punch is less reliable, Shadow Sneak is weaker. So those are all the options. But running Shadow Claw, there's no reason to run Shadow Claw over Gunk Shot unless you're like expecting to miss, or I don't know, you want to deal a little bit of damage to Registeel, which is still going to be like no damage. Like, this, you're not going to be killing Registeel. You're going to want to Will-O-Wisp Registeel anyways. Like, I legitimately don't get it. Like, they've got Shadow Claw, which shouldn't be here. They've got two moves, which should be the same move, and then they don't have Destiny Bond. I think they mentioned Destiny Bond, but the first thing on the thing is Shadow Sneak and not Destiny Bond. Like, I agree with the Will-O-Wisp. I agree with the pretty much EVs placement, but not having Destiny Bond and calling it the standard moveset, like I said, I'm all about innovation and I love using Destiny Bond Baynet just because it's fun, but you can't make this set and say this is the standard Mega Baynet set. No Gunk Shot, no Destiny Bond, Shadow Claw, and two Ghost Stab moves with Knockoff. You can't make this and call this the standard moveset and then turn around and call Verlisify's movesets shit. Like, come on now. Look at this. This is... But don't you worry, don't worry. It gets even worse. It gets even worse. We've already went over the the fly Dragonite moveset. I'm pretty sure their justification for this was like you get more leftovers and you stall out more PP from other people's moves. So and it's there's no immunities to fly, so it's pretty good. Am I right? So apparently that's the thing. But this is my second most hated moveset of all time that Smogon recommends, and that's Rocky Helmet's Rest Talk Keldeo. It's for Bishop, it's for Weavile, guys. Don't worry, it's for Bishop and Weavile. I hate this. This set is so stupid. Like this set can't take on Chansey. This set can't take on Chansey with Secret Sword. This set can't take on Stall by. You can't set up with this set, so it can't take on Stall. This set it can't take on Chansey. It doesn't have the damage output that Specs has, which is like insane damage output. Specs has some really good damage output. It's like piss weak. It doesn't have the speed of Scarf, so you can't just outspeed stuff with it. 108 is not that good without like 108 just by itself with a Rocky Helmet is not that good. It's nothing. It's really nothing. It's like I say with Rocky Helmet because like if you're 108 speed, which is not that fast, you'd expect to have some damage output to justify having the speed, right? Like like Gengar and Latias are like 110 is fast, right? It's above average. I'd say it's above average, although OU is like really fast right now, anyways. But Gengar and Lati can hit really hard. Like Gengar and Latias hit really hard. Like Lati has a ton of utility in its resistances, in its moves, in its coverage. It has a ton of utility. And Gengar has insane coverage moves, and it just demolishes Saul. So those two, they're 110, but they're justifiably 110. Keldeo is 108, but it doesn't have specs. There's no specs. This Keldeo cannot see. This Keldeo cannot see anything. It's just got a Rocky Helmet and Rest Sleep Talk. So like the idea is you want a switch into Bishop and Weavile that you can continuously switch into Bishop and Weavile. But that's the stupidest thing ever. Rest Sleep Talk Rocky Helmet Keldeo. If I have to justify why I think this is stupid, like, do I really have to justify why this is stupid? I don't know. In my opinion, I justified why I thought it was stupid with everything that I just said. Maybe everyone thinks I'm wrong, and maybe I am wrong. Maybe Rocky Helmet Keldeo is the way of the future. But I hate this set. I think this is the second worst moveset in the entire game. Now moving on to my favorite sets. My favorite sets meaning my favorite sets to hate. Where is it? Okay. So these are basically my favorite sets to hate onto. Not favorite sets, these are the PU movesets. And I hate these moves. I hate these sets as well. I hate Specs Swallow. This is the first recommended set. This is the first recommended set for Swallow when it comes up. The very top, the tippity top of the Swallow movesets. And Choice Specs, the quote unquote lure set with that insane just under 200 special attack stat when you max out. That's almost as much as uninvested. It's uninvested attack. That's so weak. Like I get the idea with Boom Burst, and I get the idea of it's a lure for like physically defensive things. But what do you do after you reveal what you are? Like if you're not orbed, they're gonna know you're not. They're gonna know you're the fucking shitty Choice Spec set. Like if you switch in, or if you get momentum and like U-turn, then bring this in, and they see no Flame Orb, they'll say, "Oh, wait a minute, there's no Flame Orb or Toxic Orb on that. I wonder what it could be." The only other set is Specs, and Specs is bad. Like anything that's mildly specially defensive can just wall this thing. Like just easily just wall this thing because it's bad. It's like it relies on you switching in something that's insanely physically defensive, but insanely not specially defensive, and switching into Boom Burst and taking a million. Like that's the idea of it, I suppose. But like it's so weak. Like Heat Wave, like the only reason people like it's like quote unquote viable is because of Boom Burst. But like if you can't hit stuff with Boom Burst, like Heat Wave is weak. Like, unless you're hitting a Pharisee, Heat Wave is like piss weak. It's like so weak. And like Sleep Talk and U-Turn, like, I mean, like putting them as the last moves, it makes sense. Like I'm not saying like you should have a different move over these two. My like U-Turn and Sleep Talk I'm okay with on this set. What I think is dumb is the set in general. Choice specs, like I hate this. This is the first recommended set, and like I find that so annoying because like it's like above the it's the first set you see before the actual set, the actual gut set, and like, oh, I hate this set. I think this set is so dumb. This set right here is a set you'd expect to see from Verlisify's channel. It's a Focus Sash, U-Turn, Hypnosis, Tailwind, Unpheasant. Like, do I even have to explain why this is just laughable? Why this is laughable? I don't think I have to explain why Tailwind, Hypnosis, U-Turn, Return, Focus Sash, Unpheasant is just a laughable thing, because it is very laughable. Like, this legitimately is something you'd expect to see on Verlisify's YouTube channel, and that's not even a lie. Okay, so all that out of the side, I give all that stuff a pass. Maybe not Keldeo, I wouldn't give Keldeo a pass. Maybe not the Dragonite, maybe the Dragonite actually, maybe give the Dragonite a pass. But most of that stuff, I give a pass. But this right here, I cannot give a pass for this upcoming monstrosity, okay? This moveset you're about to see, I can't justify it in any universe. And that's especially Defensive Golem. Okay? They say it's for an electric types and for, I guess, fucking Chatot, and that's it, I suppose. They say that's what it's for. But like, look! 65 special defense! You have less physical defense when you max that out. It's less than your physical defense when you're maxed out on your special defense. It's less than your attack when you're maxed out on your special defense. It's so like, what does this even do? Like, this does not, if anyone who says this wall's electric type is wrong, like, okay, what electric types are there? Let's take a look right here. Ampharos, that carries Focus Blast, that 2-hit KOs you. You're not switching into a Focus Blast. What else is there? What other electric types is there? There's Raichu, and I'll get to Raichu when I see it. Yeah, it's Chatot. You wall Chatot. Oh boy! Dedenne is irrelevant. That does not matter. Emolga is irrelevant. I'm not even gonna go over Emolga. Where is it? Luxray is physical, so good job. You're taking more damage from physically offensive. So yeah, you're taking more damage from superpower. Good job. Where is it? Which one am I looking for? Pikachu. Raichu, but wasn't there another one? Oh yeah, the Rotoms, I guess. Well, I guess Rotom Frost doesn't really matter because... Actually, yeah. That's exactly a huge thing. Rotom Frost. You're not walling electric types. Rotom Frost is one of like the biggest electric types in the tier, and I guess now that Rotom Fan's down here, I kind of, and when I say kind of, I say that very, very liberally, makes more sense. But Rotom Fan Rotom Fan dropped before, dropped after I stopped playing for a long time, so. That's after my time, but Rotom Frost is going to carry HP Grass. So you're not walling Rotom Frost. You're not walling Rotom Frost. Sorry, Fan. You're not walling Rotom Fan, because that's going to be carrying HP Grass. You're not going to be walling any of the Rotom forms because of its coverage. You're not walling that. So running Spidef just for Rotom Fan that's going to be having HP Grass, or for Rotom Frost that expecting you dodge the Blizzard, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Raichu carries Focus Blast, which does as much as Hidden Power Grass. Raichu carries Surf sometimes, not often, but Raichu sometimes carries Surf. But they carry Focus Blast, they carry HP Grass, they carry they're gonna have something to easily trick KO you, or probably, I'm pretty sure Surf OHKO's after your Sturdy's broken, so like what the fuck's the Spidef for? Oh, Zebstrika! Zebstrika definitely carries HP Grass. Like, you have Overheat, you do not need HP Ice. Like, Zebstrika does not need HP Ice because it has Overheat. Like, there's no reason to carry HP Ice when you can have HP Grass and hit the same things with the same coverage with Overheat. But, like, there's no electric type that you quote-unquote wall because of your special defense EVs. And you want to know the things that you can't wall thanks to freaking running special defense and not physical defense? Where is it? Okay, Stoutland. You cannot wall Stoutland. Like, Banded Stoutland, if you can't just switch into Banded Stoutland superpower. You cannot switch into that. That does too much damage. You could switch into Banded Stoutland superpower if you're Fizz Death. But you can't switch into it if you're not Fizz. If you're this garbage special defense, you can't just switch into that willy-nilly. And, like, again, I'm saying 2-kill on a lot of things because, if you have Sturdy, then it's not going to matter the 2-kill either way. So, the physical defense and special defense, like, I don't know, like, I guess they're hoping that, like, you switch into rock, like, you take rocks damage, and then you take like 98% from hidden power grass, and then oh boy, you live on 1%. Like that's so stupid. I hate that. I hate that. That's stupid. What else are you taking on less? Arbok, I guess. You take more from Earthquake after it's cursed up a few times. Shadot, that's like the whole, I guess, idea of why this set exists is because of electric types and Shadot, and like you're not walling electric types, and the only thing that you actually quote unquote wall is Shadot, and that still does a lot of damage with Boom Burst. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but that does so much damage with Boom Burst. Flareon isn't actually that common, but like not running Fizz Death means you take a hell of a lot more from Flareon's superpower as well. So I don't get why you wouldn't do that. There's just so much stuff here that, like, what do you need the special Mawile? Like, I'm pretty sure if you run Fizz Death, a Mawile without an item cannot 2-kill you, which is that's kind of relevant. Like, it does like 49. I could be wrong in this. This might just be like an old calc that I did that was wrong, but like Mawile without an item, like obviously most of them carry, like, offensive ones carry Life Orb, but like Lumberry Mawile does, like, will do like 40 up to, like, it won't do 50%, so like you won't get 2-kill, but that's physically defensive. So especially defensive is you can get 2-kill. So like what's the point? I don't get it. Like, it's Pawniard. Don't you want to take better? Don't you want to, like, survive hits from Pawniard a little bit better? Like what is it? So you can switch into Probopass or Rampardos. Lets you, I guess, survive hits from special. No, like Rampardos. You can switch into Rampardos. Rapidash, you can switch into Rapidash if you're physically. No, I'm saying for physically defensive. Like, if you're Fizz Death, you can switch into these things better. Krugly better. Like, what does the special defense even do? Like, having specially defensive does absolutely nothing. It doesn't do anything. It's just there so that, like I think what happened was Smogon looked in NU and they saw Rhydon runs, like, special defense with a Violite, and they're like, oh, so Rhydon is a rock ground type, it runs special defense. I guess we should run Spedef Golem, right? Right? Am I right? But, like, Rhydon gets in a Violite, so that's massively different, and this is so weak. 244 when you're maxed out, that's so weak. This thing does not stomach special hit. This is not something that comes in special type attack. Look how much less that is than the actual your physical defense maxed out. Look how much less it is than your attack when it's maxed out. I hate this moveset. I hate this moveset with a passion, and it sucks because everyone runs, like, this is like the recommended set. Like, the other recommended set for Golem is a good set, and it's like the Custap Berry. And that's Custap Lead, and that's like the actual, like, standard set. Like, that set's the actual standard set. But, like, people who don't want to run that set, they're gonna be like, I want to run a more defensive Golem. What does Smogon recommend? And then look at this. Even the Showdown recommends physically defensive, but, like, the special defense is horrible. I hate this thing triggers me. Whenever I see specially defensive Golem, I get triggered because Stoutland exists, or it existed back in the day. Like, does it not? Did it get banned or something? No, yeah, it's okay. I've been out of it for a long time, man. But this has been something I've been wanting to make for a long time. I hate specially defensive Golem. This thing triggers me. This thing triggers me, man. I swear to God, I see this and I just get triggered. It just blows my mind. It just blows my mind. Like, I can't stand it, man. I can't stand this moveset. This set is horrible. I hate special defensive golem. Like, they should take all the specially defensive golems and just throw them in the ground. I'm pretty sure Verlisify has a better golem set than this set right here. I'm pretty sure. Like, go watch Verlisify's video. I bet you he's got a better video, a better moveset than specially defensive golem. And I'm pretty sure. I'm not for certain. I don't know for certain, but it's gonna be pretty hard to beat specially defensive. Can't actually wall any special hits golem. Like, I hate this moveset. But that's anyways just a rant I wanted to get off about a few Smogon movesets, because everyone talks about Smogon being the apex, kind of the most standard of standard. If you're looking for a moveset, just go onto Smogon.com, copy paste their moveset. Everyone talks about those as being the most standard of standard, and there's a ton of movesets that are just bad. I mean, again, I guess that is arguable, and I guess that's up to perspective, but it's pretty hard to justify Spidef, Golem, Rocky Helmet, Keldeo. Like, again, it's for Weavile, guys. It's for Bisharp. But like, come on now. But anyways, I guess that's the video. That's basically all I had to say. Just there's a ton of things that Smogon does that doesn't get flack because they're not Verlisify. But I don't know. I just wanted to mention these things.